Bergen Stage's Radio Theater presents a gay and fantastic comedy drama by Mary McSkiving and Ralph Hunter entitled Haunt Me a House. You might call today's play an adventure in the world of make-believe, that strange world where houses are actually available, if you're not too particular where you live. Anyway, it all began the day that Larry and Helen set out to sell a house, a feat which is truly remarkable when there are really no houses for sale.
Please, Larry, not so fast. I can't keep up with you.
A real estate man, starving right in the middle of real estate boom. All because I can't get a house to sell.
Well, you sold one house in the past year.
Uh-huh, our own house.
Yeah. Oh, Larry, wouldn't it be wonderful if, say, we were walking along like this and suddenly saw a nice, substantial-looking house?
Yeah, in a quiet suburban neighborhood like this. All shaded with trees.
Yes, handy to transportation and all modern improvements.
Empty and just waiting for a live real estate man to take over. And with a big, beautiful sign.
That said for sale by owner, so you'd know no other agent had it. You know, like that sign over there.
Oh yeah, and just that kind of a house too, so I could... Hey, Helen?
Don't interrupt our daydream.
Daydream nothing. Look at that house.
Larry, it's just what we were talking about, even the sign.
Come on, we're going to go see the owner. We're back in business. There. How's that for a for sale sign?
With your name as agent. Oh, Larry, wasn't he the loveliest man you ever dreamed of? So polite and so eager to have you handle the sale of his house?
Yeah, and that's what got me wondering. Do you suppose he thought we were going to buy the place instead of just selling it for him on a commission basis?
Oh, of course not. Why, look at the contract he gave you. You have the exclusive sales rights for the next 30 days.
Yeah, I can't see Eddie catching it, but with houses so scarce, why did he say, "If you can sell that house, mister, I'll give you 20% commission"?
Oh. Well, maybe he thought since the house is bigger than usual, the commission ought to be bigger too.
I hate to disappoint you, dear, but real estate deals don't work that way.
Oh. Well, maybe he just liked your big, plain, honest face.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, what do we care? As long as we get the 20%.
Well, we don't unless...
Unless what?
Well, I got a feeling that... Oh, never mind.
Larry?
What? What is it?
I feel eyes.
You feel what?
Eyes. On the back of my neck.
Well, it's probably a loose hairpin tickling you.
It is not. You know how it is when someone's looking at you and you can't see them? You just know that...
Now you're just imagining. Wait, there is an old fellow looking at us over the hedge. Say, he's coming over here.
Oh, Larry, maybe he wants to buy the house. Hello?
You folks looking for somebody?
Well, not exactly. You see, I'm Larry Adams, real estate man. I'm going to sell this house.
You see, so if you're interested, then maybe you could just...
One at a time now, one at a time. You're gonna what?
I'm going to sell this house.
How's that again?
I said I was going to sell the house. Sell the house.
No need to shout about it. I heard you the first time. Jim Schultz is the name. I'm the watchman. Say, you two are pretty lucky at that.
If you mean our having this house to sell, we are lucky.
It's what I said. Look, you got it to sell. Just think if you had to live in it.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Nothing. I ain't never put no stock in all the crazy talk that's going around.
But what's the talk about?
I told you. Nothing. Nothing you can put your finger on, anyway. Come to think of it, though, you can't put your finger on any ghost, can you?
Ghost?
I get it. Haunted, huh? Thank goodness. I thought maybe there was something wrong with the plumbing.
Nope, that would be easy. Though with the haunts, ain't no way you can handle the haunts.
Well, I'll handle them. If there are any spooks in there and they like the place, I'll sell it to them.
You'll do what?
He said he'd sell it to them.
Sell it to them, yes. Well, it's your neck, if you want to stick it out. Yep, I remember another fella that talked like that.
Oh, Larry, maybe he's right. We don't want any trouble. If he says that...
And we're not going to have any. If the ghosts won't buy the place themselves, they'll have to move out because I'm going to have a customer moving in.
Yep. Sounds just like the other fella. Well, I'll be getting along. I wouldn't be caught dead in this place. And something tells me you could be.
Larry, why don't we go back to the apartment? We've been at this house all day.
Yes, and got 2 hot prospects already. Come on, let's take another look inside. Dark.
Yes, well, let's come back in the morning.
Now come on.
Larry, I can't. Something's holding me back.
Will you quit kidding?
I'm not kidding. Larry, quick, it's dragging me back.
How could... Well, of all the... Look at your purse. You caught the handle on the doorknob.
Oh. Woo. Well, I could have sworn something had me by the arm and was dragging me away.
Sometimes I wish that had happened on our way to the altar.
Larry Adams. Why, Larry Adams, I ought to...
Oh, Helen, shh. Stand right where you are. There's something moving behind that drape.
Why, there's a... Oh, there is. Come on, quick.
There's no use running. We see you there. Now come out or I'll shoot.
Shoot? What do you shoot him with?
I'll make him think I've got a gun. All right, I'm gonna count to 3.
What if it's anyone we know?
Hand me that vase. I'll throw it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's a cat. Why, Larry Adams.
What'd I tell you? Letting your imagination run away with you.
Oh, am I glad to be back in the apartment, knowing we won't have to go back to that scary place again.
Oh, I told you I'd sell it. Took me only a week, too. Those first prospects fell through, but the minute Mr. Montgomery saw it... Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Montgomery. I was just going to bring the papers over.
Oh, swell, Larry. He's taking it.
What? But, Mr. Montgomery, you said... Well, but even so, that doesn't mean that... Well, that's ridiculous. Oh, no. No, I'm not doubting your word, but common sense should tell. I see. Yes. Yes, okay, Mr. Montgomery. Goodbye.
Oh, Larry, don't tell me that he...
Yeah, just like the others. For the 50th time, we've got that spook-infested pavilion back on our hands.
But Mr. Montgomery said he'd buy it. Why, they even moved in.
Oh, that was my mistake. I should have gotten the money first.
Oh, well, what happened this time?
Just 3 hours after they moved in, they started hearing the clanking of chains. and then footsteps coming from nowhere.
Oh, why don't we just give it up?
What, eating?
You know what I mean. What good does it do to having a house to sell if the ghost in it keeps scaring the customers away?
You're right. As long as Say, I've got it.
Got what?
The solution. Start packing, honey. We're gonna move in that house ourselves and scare the ghosts away. Come in.
No, Larry, that was me, knocking on wood.
Now look, you said you'd act sensible out here. For the umpteenth time, I tell you there's no such thing as ghosts. Now, let's forget it. I'm trying to read.
Larry? Larry,
Yes?
do you think it'll come again tonight?
Do I think what will come again?
The thing. The thing that clanks around upstairs while we're downstairs.
I hope it does, because if it does, I'll get it if it's the last thing I do.
But, Larry,
Now look, there's nothing to be afraid of.
then why are we whispering?
I don't know why we're whispering. Why do we do any of the silly things we do?
Temper. Just because your nerves are on edge, you always...
My nerves are not on edge. This is a perfectly normal, peaceful living room where perfectly normal, peaceful people, if you insist on imagining...
I am your host, the Ghost.
Larry?
Friends, have you tried silky smooth sandpaper to vanish goose pimples and leave you with that rough, outdoorish look?
Now, who turned that radio on?
I did, when you said you wanted to read. Just takes a little time to warm up. Did it just startle you, dear?
Oh, no. I always tremble this way.
Oh, Larry, what are we going to do? We need that commission.
With that chance of getting it, I see now why he offered me 20%.
Oh, then you finally admit that it is haunted.
I admit nothing except that a lot of silly rumors are keeping me from selling a perfectly good house.
But Larry, we heard those noises ourselves. We've heard them every night.
There you go. That's exactly the kind of rattlebrain chattering I mean. Why, every screwball in the country knows about this place by now. This letter's an example from the Hands Across the Psychic Void Society.
What do they want?
Just this place for their headquarters. Said they heard it was, quote, suited for their, quote, unusual work.
Honestly? Well, let me see the letter.
Oh, okay, if you want to waste your time on... Oh, I guess I left it at the apartment. All I've got is his envelope.
Oh, well, let me see that. The Hands Across the Psychic Void Society. 2107. Say, this is exciting.
Yes, it would be to you. Now let's just settle down.
Larry, do you hear that noise?
That settles it. If that sound is in this house, I'll find it if I have to tear the place down. Come on.
You think I'm going up? Larry, wait, I'm coming.
Sounds like it's coming from the head of the stairs. Say, look.
What?
I thought we left that bedroom door open when we came down.
We did. Remember, you purposely went back to open it.
And now it's closed. Maybe...
Larry, it's coming from in there. Come on, let's get out.
No, we're gonna settle this here and now. Get in back of me. We're going in there.
There is somebody.
Drop that chain and... Schultz?
It's the night watchman.
All right, start explaining.
I reckon you're the one to do the explaining sneaking in on me. Of all the low conniving tricks. Not even knocking. Not even...
Well, we didn't mean to. You see, we were just...
Helen, cut it out. We're in the right. I shouldn't even listen to his story before calling the police.
Before doing what?
He said before calling the police.
Know what he said. I ain't deaf. Go ahead. Call the police. I'm supposed to be here on these premises. Here's my watchman's permit right there.
Fine, fine. Now show us your permit to rattle chains and moan like a banshee.
Well, might as well tell you. I had to do it. Either that or break up the club.
What club?
Well, a bunch of us boys sort of get together and play pinochle and swap lies. Been meeting here. Only vacant place here in the whole darn neighborhood.
Oh, I get it. If we sold the place, that'd mean...
Sure. No place for us boys to go off an evening.
Oh, then it was you all the time. There really isn't a ghost.
Ghost? Lady, if there was a ghost, Jim Schultz would have been out of this place here long ago. By the dead rattle.
What did I tell you, Helen? There had to be a simple explanation. We'll have a new owner in this place tomorrow now that the great mystery is solved.
Well, all right, but you can't tell me that some of those noises weren't the real thing. Ghosts, I mean.
And now, Mr. Schultz, if you finished your haunting...
Sorry, but I ain't got no time to be gossiping with you. I got to get along and break the bad news to the boys.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Now, if you meet any other spooks, will you tell them we're not at home?
What's that?
I said, if you see any
Bad
other...
habit you got, young fella. Bad habit. Always repeating yourself. Sure, I'll tell them. Goodbye.
Oh, at last. Now we can sell this place. And what a cinch. No more ghosts. No more dragon of chains. No more mysterious... Oh, no. Oh, it couldn't be. I saw Schultz leave.
Larry! Larry, there is a ghost!
Now, Helen, there's no use going all to pieces. There's an explanation for this. There has to be.
You bet there's an explanation. This house is haunted. You can't talk me out of it this time, and you can't blame the watchman either.
But it doesn't make sense. I was out here in the hall almost before the noise stopped. There was no one on the stairs, no one in the hall, and the front door's locked, and no place where anyone could possibly have hidden.
Doesn't have to be. Ghosts are invisible.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
All right, then. If it wasn't a ghost, what was it?
Well, it was, well, I don't know what it was. I'm going to try to figure it out tonight. Come on, let's call it a day before I...
Larry, do you hear that? Somebody out on the porch.
Well, maybe it's someone who saw the for sale sign.
Wait, Larry. Now I'm not going to have you out there facing a visitor from the other world.
Now wait, just because somebody came up on our porch, well, maybe I ought to take this poker along, though.
You don't have to go out. It's coming in.
Stop calling it it. Could be something human, I hope.
Oh, no. It'll be something sort of misty and ethereal. It'll look at us with horrible eyes and then...
Wait, get behind me.
Oh, dear, pardon me. I just wanted to see if anyone was home. Goodness, you are, aren't you?
It, does look that way, doesn't it?
Oh, you're alive.
Alive? Well, yes, if you count breathing and paying taxes, I am.
Well, what was it you wanted?
I hate to disturb you, but that for sale sign out in front?
Oh, you mean you're interested in buying the house?
Why, of course he means that. Come right in. Only too glad to show you what a wonderful bargain you...
Oh, I'd better wait. You see, my mother-in-law...
Wilbur?
Is, that?
Yes, that's her.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have made her wait outside.
Made her? Oh, goodness, you don't know my mother-in-law. Oh dear, here she comes.
Wilbur? I thought I told you to call me if they were home. Can't I trust you? Oh, hello. You people own this place?
Well, I'm the agent for it, Mrs.,
Clump. Agnes B. Clump. Now, I believe in getting right down to business. I'm interested in leasing this property.
Leasing it? Oh, wouldn't you be interested in buying it? You know, values are going up.
Young man, are you trying to tell me what to do? Do you or don't you want to lease this place?
Oh, he doesn't. I know, you see,
Wait, stop, Helen. At least we'd get some money out of a lease, and, well, yes, I do want to lease it.
Well, that's better. I won't decide tonight. I have another prospect to look at in the morning.
But Mother, don't you think maybe if we waited...
Wilbur Teasley, there's nothing to wait for. Now, I've made up our minds. It's no sense my paying rent on one apartment and you and Lucy paying on another.
But Lucy and I have been getting along all right for years.
I told you it's settled. You and Lucy are coming to live with me. Well, young man, are you going to show us the house?
Oh, you'll like the house. That is, if you aren't, Oh, I'm sure you're not.
Not what?
Helen, why don't you go and read a good book while I show them the house?
Well, I just thought I ought to tell them.
I'm sure you two will want to see the kitchen first. Now, it's right through this handy little hall and chock full of the latest improvements. And also, there's lots of cupboard space. And here's your beautiful tile sink and a double drain board. In fact, everything...
Oh dear, what was that?
That? Oh, mice.
Mice?
Well, just a couple of them, of course. Don't be frightened.
Young man, I'm not afraid of any living thing, and I've seen enough of the house. I'll let you know in the morning.
Mother, I still think it would be better if Lucy and I...
Wilbur, I told you about thinking. Now come along. We've spent enough time here.
Yes, ma'am. I'll come. Goodness, sometimes I get so homesick.
You mean for your old boyhood home?
No, just homesick. Sick of home. 'Cause she's always there.
Now look, Helen, when Mrs. Clump gets here, don't start those mysterious hints about something being wrong with the house.
But Larry, she only wants to lease the place. I thought you were going to sell it.
So did I, before those screwy noises started. Noises no one can explain.
Well, that's just it. If you'd wait a little while, then...
Oh, here's Mrs. Clump now. I'm done waiting. I'll get some commission from the lease instead of losing everything. Now remember, no kibitzing.
Hi-ho!
Oh, it's Mr. Teasley.
Ah, yes. Please, I want to talk to you before Mother gets here. She's parking the car.
She, hasn't changed her mind about leasing the place.
Oh dear, no. That'd be too good. That's what I want to see you about. Please, tell her she can't have the house.
All right, we'll be glad to.
We will not. I'm sorry, Mr. Teasley, but if I don't lease it to your mother-in-law, well, there goes my commission.
Yes, and if we have to move in with my wife's mother, there goes my happy home.
Well, look, Mr. Teasley, why don't you buy the house? We could arrange payments.
Oh, it isn't the money. I have that. But even if I bought it, Lucy's mother would still move in with us.
But if we don't lease her this house, she'll just...
Oh no, she can't. She's looked all over, and there isn't another one in town.
Oh, Larry, maybe you should... Oh, here she comes now.
Good, good. Now remember, Helen, I'll do the talking. Ah, good evening, Mrs. Clump.
Never mind the evening. Let's get down to business. I'm ready to sign the lease.
Oh, that's wonderful. We were just beginning to think we were stuck with a lemon.
She means the old lemon squeezer in the kitchen doesn't work. She keeps worrying about it, but we'll replace it, of course.
No, Larry, I meant about the spooks.
Oh, the spoons. Yes, the spoons. I'm sure there's plenty enough for 3 people.
Mother, won't you please reconsider?
Wilbur, did I ask your advice? Young man, perhaps if you and I could step into the library where we could sign the lease without interruption.
Oh, we never go in there after dark. The library's just full of...
Just the place to discuss business. Yes, fine, Mrs. Clump, if you'll just come this way. I know you'll want to get this business settled. Now, if you'll just sign here on this line...
Oh, no. Agnes B. Clump doesn't go around signing things without reading them. Now, let's see. The party of the first part. What's that noise upstairs?
Huh? Upstairs? What noise?
That noise, like a chain dragging.
Oh, the chain. Well, that's next door. Yeah, next door. The house on our right in the garage. The man's working on his car.
But that noise was from the left and overhead.
It was? I mean, it's the acoustics. Very unusual acoustics in this house. Seems to throw the sound all over, to the left and up. Oh.
I suppose the acoustics threw that, too.
That? No. That's probably youngsters in the neighborhood. Playful little fellas.
I'll stop that sort of thing once I've moved in. Now, let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, the party of the first part. Who in the world was that?
My wife. Yeah, Helen.
Young man, you're trembling, and that isn't your wife. Unless she's wearing snowshoes, I'm going to see.
Now, wait, Mrs. Clump. It might be.
Why, there's no one out here.
Well, there must be. I mean, well, of course not.
But those footsteps, what happened to him?
To him?
Yes, the person who came down those stairs. If there was a person...
Now, please, Mrs. Clump.
Don't you Mrs. Clump me. No human being came down those stairs. And if it wasn't a human being...
But you said you weren't afraid of...
I said I wasn't afraid of anything that breathed, that's alive, but a body that's not a body, just a cantankerous spirit floating around without any skin.
You're being hasty.
Hasty? When you're leaving a haunted house, you can't be too hasty.
But the lease!
Lease this place? Why, I'd sooner move in with the Hound of the Baskervilles. Good night.
Oh, my last chance. If I could get my hands on whatever's making that noise. There it is again. This time I'll get it if it kills me. Okay, I see you up there. Stand still. Helen?
Oh, hello, dear.
Helen, look at me. That noise on the stairs, did you?
Don't let Mrs. Clump hear.
Mrs. Clump has gone away for good. She wouldn't lease this house if we paid her.
Oh, well then, I won't have to use this other roller skate.
Roller skate?
Yes, I just put it on the top step like this, and give it a little shove like this, and then...
You? You mean... But I'd have seen the skate.
Oh, no. That's the best part. Look, when it reaches the bottom, it rolls right under the umbrella stand, and then the hall is empty again.
You. My own wife. It was bad enough when that lunatic of a night watchman put on his act, but my own wife? Why? In the name of common sense, why?
I did it for you, dear.
For me?
Yes.
You've ruined my only chance of making any money out of this madhouse. You've chased Mrs. Clump away.
Of course I had to. She was only going to lease this place, and we've got to sell it to make money.
Sell it to who?
Whom, dear? Whom? Why, to the association, of course. You know, the Hands Across the Psychic Void.
What have they got to do with it?
They're going to buy it. I wrote them and told them they could. Remember they wrote and asked you about it? Well, then I got their address off the envelope and I...
Oh, no. Do you know what was in that letter? The one that was in the envelope?
Yes, you told me they wanted this place for their headquarters.
Wanted it, yes, as a gift. That letter said they were sure we'd be glad to donate this house to their worthy cause.
You mean... Oh, Larry, I don't see what keeps you from murdering me.
Because I don't want you haunting me. Well, that washes us up for good. We might as well pack up and get out of here.
Oh, but now that you know there aren't any ghosts, maybe you can really sell it.
Yes, if there was any time, but do you remember what day it was when we took this deal on?
Well, let me see. It was, it was just a month ago today.
Right, 30 days. I lose the sales privilege tomorrow morning. And the owner said he was through fooling with it. Either I sold it during those 30 days or he's going to tear down the house and put in a parking lot.
And the 30 days are up.
I should have known. Even if that gag with the roller skates fooled me, I should have gotten wise when I heard the chain rattling.
Chains? I didn't rattle any chains.
Now look, Helen, we're all done with it. Let's not start again. You were rattling chains. Mrs. Clump and I both heard it.
Larry, look at me. I know I've been awful, but I give you my solemn, honest word. I never touched a chain.
You mean there's something in this house that...
And it's coming in.
Oh, I hope it's a ghost. I hope it's the scariest spook that...
Yoo-hoo! Oh, it's Mr. Teasley.
If you're looking for your mother-in-law, she's gone.
Ma, she was scared, wasn't she? And when your wife sent that roller skate down the stairs...
Oh, then you know about it?
Oh my, yes.
Oh, but Mr. Teasley, there was more to it than the roller skates. There were chains.
Yes, I know. Wasn't that lucky? I just happened to find them in the closet.
You? You found them?
And the way she skedaddled out that front door. I'll remember that as long as I live in this house.
As long as you live in this house?
Yes. Lucy and I will love it here.
Now wait. We can't have you as a guest because this isn't our house.
You mean I can't buy it?
I mean just what I said. Buy it?
Yes. Here. I've got the check all made out.
Oh, Larry, look. $19,000.
When I think of Lucy and I alone in our little haunted house.
But it isn't haunted. You know yourself that.
Oh, yes. I know. And you know. But she doesn't.
You mean...
Yes. The only place in the world where my mother-in-law won't come.
Thank you for tuning into today's Bergen Stage's radio theater performance of Haunt Me a House, featuring Peter Helf as Larry, Kayla Haskins as Helen, Alexander Preziosi as Schultz, Dean Matson as the voice, Nicholas Zarillo as Wilbur, and M. Donofrio as Mrs. Clump. Dean Matson is our recording engineer and our special effects creator. Marianne Co. Rivera is our video engineer, and I am Jim Bumgardner, your host. Thank you to Bergen Community College, the BCC Office of Student Life, and the BCC Media Technologies Department. Please join us for another episode of Bergen Stage's Radio Theater soon, and be sure to catch our earlier episodes online or at the BCC Library. Until next time, don't touch that dial, and if you do, remember to disinfect it first.